So welcome to Monday morning meditation and yoga practice. Just something to think about this morning, something that for some reason I was thinking about this morning, that our digestive system is very important, obviously, and it very much needs good nutrients to feed the body, but it also takes time to absorb those nutrients and to keep the ones and utilize them that the body can use, but to filter out through the kidneys and to just filter out in all these wonderful mystical ways things that the body doesn't need. So it goes through that process of taking in the good and utilizing it and filtering out what it doesn't need so that it doesn't harm the body. So the mind is very similar, just that unfortunately that doesn't happen as naturally as through the digestive system. So it's something that we need to, though, give the mind time to do the same, to take in good thoughts, good energy, to take in what we think we can utilize, what we know we need, but to also let go of things that can be toxic and harmful to the mind, the emotional side of the body as well. So again, just like the digestive system, allowing the mental and the emotional side of the body to do the same, to experience the good that it can have with good nutrients and to feed it that from time to time, but to weed out the things that it doesn't. Now, as we move into our meditation practice, remember this should not be work. This is a gift. To be able to sit still and understand what is there and to do just that process of weeding through. Just like when you clean off a desk, and you've heard me say this many times, come to it, just look at everything that's on it or inside of it. You start to sort. Start to say, yeah, I need to tuck that away. I can use that. Why am I still holding on to this? I need to purge that. Same with the mind. We just come to it. Just recognize what is there. So take the next few moments, utilize that vehicle, the beginning, that wonderful breath that helps us to move through everything that we do. So bring your attention to the breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. More importantly, notice the pause, the in-between, taking a breath and letting it go. We learn by paying attention to that pause that it's an important part of the breath cycle. We learn to slow down a bit so that we can notice that pause instead of rushing the breath. Then we can truly appreciate the inhale and the filling and then the exhale, letting go. Make this inhale as deep and as full and as inviting as you can. Then the exhale. Let go of all those things you're holding on to that you don't need to. Begin to visualize with your next deep breath in. Think of those things that you want to draw in. See them coming into the body, nourishing, replenishing, completing, fulfilling the body. And then each time you exhale, visualize those things that you've been holding on to that you don't need. Feel the body beginning to feel lighter and freer, more at peace, less overwhelmed. So utilize the breath as the beginning that adventure of exploring the mind, exploring the heart, the body, just to find what is there, understand, appreciate, respect. Take your hands and place the back of your hands gently on the top of your legs or on the floor beside you. Palms focused skyward. Begin to notice, feel the energy circling the palm. Notice as you pay more attention to the circling, it grows. Notice how it extends outward, out to others with your energy, drawing in the energy from around you. Think of a positive thought, a mantra, a word, a feeling. Extend this through your energy out to others. Pick up one hand and place the palm on your heart. And then the other on top of that hand. Say to yourself that same positive mantra, word, thought. Take a deep breath in. Feel the energy flow to the top of your head as you exhale down to the tip of your toes. Bringing your hands to heart center. Release any ego, any thoughts of competition, any standard that you've set for yourself, for practice, or for me. Let go of this. Allow your body, your mind, and your heart to blend, to balance, and to enjoy your practice. Take a deep breath in and let go of that breath. Release your arms to your side. Lift the chin skyward as you breathe in. And bring the chin to the chest as you exhale out. Again, breathe in, lift the chin, stomach expands. And breathe out. Chin pulls into the chest. The abdomen draws back to the spine. One last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Allow the chin to float from side to side. Maybe staying right there if that feels good to you. Maybe coming full circle, working out any tension, any tightness. Moving in the opposite direction. Next time the chin rolls over the right collarbone, letting it reside there. Draw the right shoulder gently back. Maybe even bringing the right hand back. Center of the base of your head here. And release. Chin falls into the left collarbone now. Feel the stretch down the right side of the neck. Draw the left shoulder back. Maybe bringing that arm back a little further to open up through the left side of the chest. Breathe. And draw back. Lift the chin up as if gazing over to the left of the room. Be mindful of tension that you've created anywhere else in the body. So maybe relax through your hips, through your knees, shoulders, base. Release the chin over to the right now, as if looking to the right of the room. Bring your left hand over towards your right, as close as you can, keeping the hips focused forward. Feeling that twist here in our Namaste. Release that left hand back. Now it's the right arm coming over towards the left. Again, the closer the hand comes to the opposite hand, the deeper twist here. And draw back. Release the tightness that you've made in your legs, maybe if you were sitting in Sukhasana, and stretch the legs out to our nice wide V position here, flexing through the feet, wiggling through the toes, maybe turning through the ankles one way and the other. And then gently twisting a bit to the left here as we drop the chest over that upper thigh. Remember, think more of chest to upper thigh instead of nose to knee. Breathe. Lifting up, moving to the opposite side now. Again, gently twisting to the right. Chest presses down towards the upper thigh on the right leg. Breathe through a few cycles, keeping the back as long as you can. If you feel ready, maybe come a little bit deeper here. And lifting back up, walking the hands out from you in the center, keeping the back long, flexing through the feet, feeling that stretch here in the inner thigh. You can drop your forearms to the mat, creating a much deeper stretch. Even extend the arms out to either side. And release. Come to your tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips, rock back and forth a time or two, really pressing the hips from one side to the other, feeling that stretch of the oblique alongside the outside of the abdomen. Nice. Now lift the heart as you push into the hand. Just because you lift through the heart doesn't mean that you're straining through the head or neck. I can really lift the heart and still be looking down with my gaze if I need to, so I don't strain the head and neck at all. In fact, through your practice, you should not feel strain or pain at all. Now the opposite, roll through the back like a scared cat. We draw the navel up into the spine. Still pressing into the hands, still have weight on the knees, head is dropping and relaxed. This is your cat. Nice tight contraction in the core. And then move from one to the other. Inhale, down. Exhale, down. Inhale, down. Exhale, down. One last time, press the navel to the mat, lift the heart, inhale, down. Then exhale, drive the navel up into the back here. Then release the hip bones to sit gently onto the heels, the fingertips walk forward as much as you can until you feel that deep stretch of the arms into the shoulders, down the back. This is your child pose, Balasana. You always remember this is a place that we honor the body. So you can come here anytime you need to. Child's pose. Nice. We lift back up to a tabletop position. We move the left hand just a tad. We extend the right leg. And we keep the toes very close to the floor. but we're gonna start to tap lightly, about hip width apart. And if you can, hover that toe just over the mat. We're keeping very stationary in the upper portion of the body, so the core is nice and taut here. Shoulders still directly over the hands. Nice, and then we come still and we bring that right leg all the way over if we can, as far as we can, still balancing in our upward airplane. And come back. Extend the leg all the way over to the left. Look over to the left shoulder. Feel that stretch. Deepen up the right side in the oblique. Again, stay stationary. Keep the shoulders over the hands. One more time, leg comes all the way over, trying not to lean to the left or right, balancing, lifting, breathe. And back. Way over to the left. Assume your child's pose. Stretch. Arms on your back. Walk your left arm under your right. Stretch through that left shoulder. Feel the stretch down the back here. Release that left arm back in front of you. Now it's the right arm underneath the left. Wonderful stretch in the shoulder there. Core is tight, back is long, face is relaxed. So pay attention to tension. Come on back up to your tabletop. It's now the left leg that extends out from you and that gentle tap. You can hover. Once again, because when you hover, you're going to utilize your core even more. So we're balancing, we're tapping, about hip width apart. Keep that core nice and taut, head and neck relaxed, facial expression relaxed. Nice. Take that left leg, drive it all the way over to the left if you can, holding it up if you will. And release. Over to the right, look over your right shoulder. Feel that stretch of the left oblique. Once more, coming back to the left now. Holding it up if you can, trying not to lean too much to the right. Try to stay balanced. And back. Over to the right. Breathe. Nice. As you bring that leg back, lift both legs up, coming into your plank. Or you may find that being in a half plank is better for you, where you set the knees down. You choose. Lift the hips skyward, press the heels down. Come into your downward facing dog. You may feel the need to walk your feet closer to your face. You may want to bend one knee and then the other, walking your dog. A long back, weight into the hands, pressing through the heel, lifting through the hips. Adho Mukha, Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bend both knees and press them towards the mat. Lengthen through your back, push against the balls of your feet. Feel this in the gluteus. Breathe. Release and flow to a plank, full, half, or one-legged. You choose. And lift back, your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From your down dog, flow back to a plank, full, half, or one-legged. And lift, downward facing dog. Walk the feet softly to the hands, softly so that you use your core as much as possible. Coming to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold, Uttanasana. In your Uttanasana, your back is long, your knees are slightly bent, your head and neck relaxed, your facial expression relaxed. Your chest is pressing to your upper thigh. And you're pressing your weight into your heels as you extend through the back and drive the crown of the head forward, all the while pressing through the back of the heel, feeling that up the leg, assuming your tall, full body stretch, hands marrying in heart center. Releasing your arms to your side, palms focused forward. Once again, notice that circling of energy. Notice any tension. Release tension in the knees, the toes, the face. Breathe. Move to a flow. Inhale, the arms skyward. Exhale, them down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, your hands to your shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, your hands back down, forward fold. Inhale, your left foot back and your right, your downward facing dog. Exhale, flow forward to a plank, apple fold. Inhale, lift to the king cobra. Exhale, draw back to your plank. Inhaling, lift, down dog. Exhale, softly walk the feet to the hands, forward fold. And inhale, as you come up, drive weight into the heel, drive the crown of the head forward. Exhale, the hands, the heart center. Once again, release the hands, the arms to your side. Notice energy. Notice it flowing from you and to you. Notice how that feels. To the top of the center of the mat. We talked about this last week, but begin to notice that when you come into a room or when you come into a new environment, notice energy. You can feel it. We just don't pay attention to it. Bring your feet hip width apart and begin to bend your knees, pressing your sit bones back and down. Take your forearms to the top of your legs. Try not to put a whole lot of weight into them, although you can if you need to. But we're just gently resting the forearms down. Pressing through the sit bones, pressing back to the heels, extending one arm forward, palm out, up. Gently bring that arm back. Tighten the core, lengthen through the back. And release that arm skyward. Bring the arm back. Same to the opposite side. Arm comes forward, palm is extended skyward. Draw the arm back. Tight core, long back, head and neck relaxed. Gently lift the arm skyward. And now both. Chair pose, Uttanasana. Lift the left leg as you keep the right bent. Hold. And extend. Arm skyward, leg back. All the while keeping that right leg bent, knee over top of foot. And again, lift. And tap the toe behind you should you need to set it down. The more you hover, the more challenging balance work. And back. Last one. Lift. And back. Nice. If you can, take that bent leg, place it over top of the right. Finding your piriformis squat. Settle your sit bones back and down. Try to keep that knee still on top of the foot. Imperative that we do that. And release. Uttanasana, chair pose. Same thing on the opposite side. Lift the right leg now. Bend that leg back. Come forward. Extend that. And forward. Tight core here when you come in with that crunch. And extend back. Last time, come forward. And as we come forward with that bent leg, then we take that leg over top of the other, finding our piriformis squat. Very much a balance practice posture. It's noted if your balance is off today, it can be much more challenging. Nice, releasing back down to your chair pose, Uttanasana. Bringing the arms down, but keeping the slight bend in the knees, and then make it greater as you press the sit bones down, but keep that knee on top of the foot and come back up. Again, coming down, sit bones pressing down. Press through the heel, come back up. Couple more, come down. And come back up. And last one, down. And back up. Hands to heart center. Take the left elbow to the right knee. Press the sit bones back and down. Notice that the left knee wants to jet out. Draw it back. Breathe. Back on up. Same thing on the opposite side. Right elbow now. Left knee. Draw the right knee in. Tighten through your core. Relax your head and neck. Rest your sit bones down. Push one hand into the other. Breathe. And back up. Full body stretch as you ease skyward. Hands to heart center. Take a moment. Your arms at your side, your palms focused forward. Notice the energy you've created. Notice how it feels. To extend that and to receive energy from around you. Into a sun salutation, Surya Namaste. The arms sky. Come on, dive down, forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins, Ardha Uttanasana, tight core, long back. Press back down, forward fold. Take the left knee into the chest, drive the left leg back behind you. Runner's lunge. Knee on top of foot. Drop the back leg down. Place the left hand beside the right foot. Pick the right hand up. Bring around to your mat, opening up through the right side of the chest here. Maybe staying right here. Maybe challenging by lifting the left arm as well. Interlacing the fingers, still lifting through that right side as a gentle twist occurs as you lift that right shoulder, balancing, pushing weight through the foot, relaxing through your head and neck. And now energize that right foot, Breathe. Hands under shoulders. Carry your right foot to your left. Downward facing dog. Stretch through the leg, through the back. Flow forward to a plank, half or full. Possibly moving into a full plank. Right hand moves in, left arm moves skyward, making sure joint is right over top of joint. Breathe. Release, back down, lift back to your down dog. Moving back into a plank and maybe moving to the opposite side. Maybe this side feels much better in a full plank. Maybe you need to set the knee down into a half plank. Either way, keep joint on top of joint. Always ensuring that we never compromise anything. Breathe. Release, that arm down, lift back into your down dog. It's your left leg now that climbs skyward. Your left knee draws inward and you step forward with that left foot. Lift and place. Grab onto your ankle. Find your form, knee on top of foot. Set the back leg down. Move your right hand beside your left foot. Maybe pick up the left arm, bring it behind your back, gently twisting to the left. Keeping the weight in that front foot to aid your balance, dialing the foot out to benefit your strengthening. Possibly picking up the opposite arm as we balance even more here. Core is tight, weight is in that foot, dial the foot out. Breathe. And release. Stepping forward, right foot marries the left. Lift and place. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Your slow reverse swan dive brings you skyward. Hands there at heart center. Once again, you take that opportunity to assess. What are you thinking? Your emotions. How does your body feel? The energy feel that you're receiving and giving. How does that feel? For another sun salutation, starting Namaste. Bring the arms skyward. Swan dive down, forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins, Uttanasana. Pressing the hands back down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Take the right knee in this time. Extend the right leg back behind you. Go ahead and spin that foot out so that the toes look at the long angle of the mat. Then weight into that front left foot. Dial the foot out. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and bring the right arm either behind your back to rest or skyward into your extended side angle. Head is relaxed. Weight is in that front foot. Core is taut. Press through the outer portion of the right foot. Feel that stretch of the outside of the leg. Maybe stay in here. Maybe I choose to come to binding the posture, wrapping that top arm around, wrapping the bottom arm under, and marrying the fingers. Finding the posture. You need to have a good deep bend in the front knee to assume this. Head and neck relaxed. Breathe. Extend back out into your extended side angle. Release the right arm down to the left. Take your left hand to the outside of the left foot and marry the left foot back to the right. Downward facing dog. You may feel it would be good to walk your dog here and stretch that leg out. Lengthen through the legs as you press the heels down. Push the hands towards the top of the mat. Float forward to a plank. Lift to a king cobra. Breathe. Possibly lift here into your up dog, bringing the legs up off the ground, balancing on the top of your feet if that's for you. It may not be. Curl through your toes, lift to your down dog. Breathe. Trying that one more time, flow to a plank, lift to king cobra. Maybe coming to your up dog. Curling through toes, driving to your down dog. Lift the right leg this time, draw the right knee in, step forward, lift, and place. Spin the left toes out to look at the long angle of the mat. Take your right hand to the inside of the right foot. Bring the left arm up to rest on the back, or to bring the arm skyward in your extended side angle. So remember, if it's too much here to have the right arm towards the mat, pick it up, rest it on your leg. There's always room for modification, always. This is your body. This is not a perfect practice. And the more you accept that and agree with that, the more enjoyable your practice will be. You'll find through consistency and repetition, you'll get stronger, you'll get more flexible. And you may eventually do certain things you couldn't do, but if you don't, it's okay. Maybe coming to find the posture, wrapping that back arm around. Again, good deep bend in that front knee. But if you do bend a little more, wiggle those toes forward so the knee stays on the foot. Release that underarm to come up and around, finding the posture. Breathe. Press the outer portion of the left foot down. Release any tension in your head and neck, and especially your face. Coming back to your extended side angle. Releasing the left arm to the right. Spinning through your back foot to assume your lunge stepping forward. Lift and place. Forward fold. Uttanasana. A slow reverse swan dive lifts you up. Exhale. At heart center, and they drop to your side. Once again, giving you that wonderful chance. Be aware of energy. Receiving it and giving it. How that feels. It's really important to practice that and to be aware, especially of receiving it. Because when you're in a room, you can feel it when you walk in, and sometimes there's a tenseness. or heaviness. You're sensing what you're receiving. So it's important to know that so that you breathe and stay with your energy, not taking on an added heaviness. Not that anything's wrong with anyone that's there. It's just maybe their energy is a little heavy. Or something is burdensome with them. So again, being mindful, being aware, very important. So we move into balance. We extend the leg forward and we lift it just a tad. We know that lifting the foot is going to make us balance. We know that lifting the leg is going to help us strengthen the quad. The core tightens. We challenge a bit more by raising the arms skyward, reaching with fingers, softening through shoulders, lifting the leg a little more if you can. And then coming the opposite direction, leg comes behind you, arms draw out behind you, coming to your modification here, where you're breathing. Slowly lifting back up, lengthening that leg in front of you, lifting it out if you can. Bending through the knee. Dropping the right arm to hug on to that bent leg. Extending the left one behind you. Maybe challenging a bit here, grabbing onto the big toe. Come to your big toe hold if you choose to practice that. And release. Noticing the variables that really act on our balance. If you've had a cold for the past week or some sinus issues, that can really throw your balance off. So being very mindful of that and noticing that your balance is off so that you can be more careful as you're out in the elements. Okay, we extend the opposite leg out. We lift. Notice the tightening of the quad. We notice how our core comes into play. We feel the weight of the leg. Bring the arms in. Then draw the leg back. Extend the arms forward, coming into our warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Lift back up. And this time we can bend through the knee once again. Walk the right arm back and behind you. Hug on to the right knee with the left arm, maybe staying here. Maybe challenging by moving to that big toe hold if you choose. And release it back. Taking it out. Whatever you do, practice balance every day. It's huge because we do lose it as we get older. So very important to practice. Coming to the top of your mat. And your arms skyward. Dive down. Forward fold. Namaste. Bring your hands to your shins. Ardha Uttanasana. Half forward fold. And then either setting one knee down and the other or squeezing the sit bones down. You choose. Coming to the center of your mat as you release the upper body down to the mat. Go ahead and raise the legs skyward, putting it up the wall, a very simple inversion. Most people can
assume this posture, and it is excellent for clarity of thought, for good sleep. It's blood flow moving to the brain. So it's a wonderful way to give the heart a little break, to really allow that brain to be saturated with your circulation reversing so easily here. Now, to move into more inversions, should you choose to do so, make sure that your gaze stays skyward. So from your shoulders up should not move. So listen, but not look. Don't turn your head. To move from your up the wall into plow, you're just going to lift the hips and bring the legs over the head. You can give your hips a little push if you need to. Your toes are going to drive behind your head. They don't have to touch the floor, but they might. And you find the abdomen really contracted, the navel drawing back to the spine. The vertebra is very bent, obviously. And so you're giving them a good stretch. You're also stretching through the neck, if you haven't noticed that. If you choose to move further, you're going to place your hands at the base of your back. Begin to lift the legs up and skyward. You come into Sarvandasana, or shoulder stand, because you're basically standing on your shoulder blades. You can do whatever you wish with your legs, scissor, bend, open, whatever you choose. But do not move from the shoulders up. Such a great way for the body to totally invert. You have to be very, very cautious. You don't want to compromise that cervical spine. Staying here for about 3 minutes would completely reverse your blood flow in the body. When you come out, same way you came in, you allow your legs to go back. And usually when you come back, you can come a little further with your toes towards the floor behind you. And then slowly ease down. Trying not to utilize your arms. You can. Coming to your up the wall, rotating through your hands and wrists here, wrists and ankles here. Motion is lotion. It's such a wonderful thing to move through your joints. Bend through your knees, give them a hug. Nice. Place your feet down on the mat. Draw your heels up close to your sit bones, your knees are hip width apart. And now I move into that inversion, Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Still keeping your gaze to the ceiling, pushing into the feet, lifting the sit bones up. You can roll one arm under the body and then the other to really open through the chest here. Nice lengthening of the torso. You're pushing into the feet. And if you can, you're dialing the feet out. So remember, when we dial or spin in our mind, we're thinking of externally rotating. So turning that big toe to the pinky. You're not really moving the feet, but in your mind, you're thinking about it, and you feel the knees slightly shift, and that engagement of those connective tissues up the leg. You feel the navel draw down to the spine. Setu Bandhasana. You can lift your heels up. If you feel the core tighten, you push into the balls of the feet, the gluteus squeezes, bridge pose. If you choose to challenge, you're going to raise one leg skyward. And set it down. And the other. And set it down. And slowly ease the sit bones down. Once again, draw the knees to the chest, give them a hug. Hopefully not your last hug today. Open the arms to either side. Slowly allow the knees to drop to the left, your gaze to the right. Maybe turning the right palm skyward, extending those fingers out, covering the arm over, strengthening, lengthening. Wonderful to the arm, to the shoulder. Breathe. Whenever you come out of a twist, reclining, you're going to use your core. So tighten your core and use it to lift the knees up. Drop them to the right now, your gaze to the left. Maybe turning the left palm, extending the left fingers out, lengthening through that arm, lengthening, strengthening. Such a great way to really stretch through the bicep, through that arm, the shoulder, working against your body weight, helping to strengthen with that covering. And then again, tighten through your core, kick your knees up. Nice. Extend one leg out from you, bend through the other, grab onto that bent knee, pressing the lower back down to the mat, maybe lifting your nose up towards your knee to strengthen through your neck muscles. If this bothers your head and neck, keep them down towards the mat. If you choose, you can grab onto that right foot with your left hand, draw it close to the face, turn and lift the heel towards the face as you externally rotate through the knee. Feeling that a little deeper, your reverse or reclining pigeon. So that lifting of the heel and turning of the knee really helps you to feel that up into the hip. Same thing to the opposite side, bend through your knee on the left now. Maybe stay right here, maybe grab onto the left foot with the right hand. Again, that reclining pigeon, if you will, turn the heel so you bring it towards the face, rotate out with the knee. Again, lifting and balancing the head and neck, strengthening the neck if that feels good. And then releasing. One leg down and the other. Find Shavasana, Yoga Nidra. If you will, allow the arms to rest at your side, palms skyward. Allow the body to just relax. Lose expression in the face. Lose tension anywhere you're holding it. Recognize thoughts, feelings, sensations. That energy on top of the palm, circling, growing. Place one palm on your heart and the opposite hand on top of the other. Breathe in that energy. Feel it come to the top of the head and to go down to the tip of the toes. And begin to bring movement in. Turn, bend, lift, lengthen. Whatever the body needs to move. You're ready, rotate onto one side or the other, take a deep breath in and push yourself to come up to that seated position where we all began. We always take time to recognize that we're in the same position on the same mat in the same place, but we're not the same. Bring your hands to heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu means may the entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. My wish is that you felt those things, that you're able to go now and share them with everyone you come in contact with. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with us, and we hope to see you all on Wednesday at the same time, on 11:15. Take care. Have a great week.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Shia.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.